Asked about allegations that chemical weapons had been used in Syria, Obama stressed that we have to make sure that we know exactly what happened. Once the facts are established, I have made it very clear that the use of chemical weapons is a game changer. Really? But if it's the FSA fighters who used them being as 16 of the victims were Syrian soldiers, what you gonna do then, Einstein? Send them some more money?
Yes, we can.
They have already been doing suicide bombers, ransacking churches, burning U.S. flags, beheading people left and right. Now, chemical attack? Come on, man. The Obama administration is aiding terrorists. Period. It's a fact. All the while wasting time and more of our money on logical gun safety regulations, common sense federal gun laws. There's the turd who advised women to get a double-barrel shotgun and fire both rounds in the air, leaving them with an empty gun or firing it through a closed door. This turd went on to say, when you go to registration, it raises all the black helicopter crowd's notion that this is all about identifying who has a gun, so that one day the government can get up and go to the house and arrest everyone who has a gun, and they'll cite Nazi Germany and all of that. Black helicopter crowd? What? Last time I looked, there were black helicopters flying all over the place. The whole concept of gun registration is to know everyone who has a gun. As far as the government getting up and going to the house and arrest people who have a gun, that would legally be at their discretion. And of course, us black helicopter types will cite what has happened in history if it appears to be happening at the present. That's common sense. That's logical, but not to this turd. Also, I just love how everyone gets thrown into a specific group. If you disagree with their common sense, their logic, you're a tinfoil hatter. If you're a military veteran, you have a mental disorder and you can't even own a gun. Disagree with Obama and you're a racist. Believe in the Constitution and you're an enemy combatant.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
It's just like other people from other countries exclaiming you Americans are all alike. We're not. That is as unlogical as any of the rest of this foolery. Banning 157 types of guns will not, listen to me, will not at all save lives. Period. Only thing it will do is make a lot of law-abiding citizens criminals, which is just fine and dandy for the prison industrial complex racket. It will further separate us as a nation. And how much money has it and will it cost us, yes us, for another failed warm something that will do nothing but feed the monkey? War on poverty, and at no other time in the history of the world has there been so much of it. War on terror, and there are more terrorists in the world than ever. Plus, we fund some of them. War on drugs, what a joke. Feed the monkey. The Department of Homeland Security refuses to answer questions from multiple members of Congress regarding its recent purchases of huge amounts of weapons and ammunition. I bet they do. This is a telltale sign, people, of their real intention. First, the amounts are on their purchase list at fbo.gov. Then, once the story got out, thanks to alternative media, they started blacking out the amounts. What they trying to hide? In the mainstream media starts acting as though it was some conspiracy theory or something, and it didn't happen at all. Then out of the cuts, Reuters writes an article about it stating that we need a national conversation about it. And now they're refusing to answer Congress about it. What they trying to hide? What do you think? And let us not forget the real innocents everywhere paying the price for these turds' pursuit of power, greed, and domination. How many have died because of these turds' actions by the stroke of a pen, sitting safely, comfortably on our dime, tucked away from the masses they infect? There isn't a place in the world that they don't have their grubby little paws in. Resources, politics, plotting and planning and scheming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a very, very long time. This has infected us to the degree that we have lost the ability to think logically. We just go along for the ride, and they got it on cruise control, directing us into the abyss, all the while living high on the hog. And the thing about it is they don't hide it, conceal it. They just tell you you didn't see what you just saw, and we go, well, I didn't see that. I must have seen something else. So we can carry on with our day while they carry on with theirs. And just look how long all of this has been going on. Well, let's look no further than any basic history book, getting past the candy-coated facade, of course. There is a pattern of these greedy, selfish turds' actions throughout all of history. The same type of turds have been doing this generation after generation after generation after generation. You know, on and on and on and on. So why is it so hard to see? It isn't. We just refuse to accept what we saw because they made it our easiest option. They've been working for a long time, taking the successes and passing them on to their likes, just as musicians, artists, speakers, writers of the truth had passed information to us. So what do? I say, as it appears that there is no instant gratification in our struggle, judging by history, we do what we can continuing the struggle. Perhaps we won't see the end, but we did our part, because as long as they exist, we shall exist. With their mentality, they could leave the planet with 10 of them and we would still exist. If there were only 3 of them, we would still exist with their mentality, which isn't much different from ours. That's how they play us. They would be informed, thinking that they're all something special, all the while looking down on the other 2. Now those 2 will vie for second in command, leaving one of them at the bottom, having no control or say, but they would have time to think about the unfairness. Thus, the revolution continued. They can't win. You can't do that to people but so long before they go, hey, wait a minute. Just something to think about. I'm ChangeDaChannel, and I'm out.